Welcome or welcome back to Watch Advice on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host, and on your screen you do see the Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean Ultra Deep. That's the art of diving time, as I personally call this watch. It is a superlative in all senses, what you see here. And yes, of course, it's not the first time that Watch Advisor does a video about this watch, this diver, this extreme diver. We have been publishing March 7th, a 23-minute video that today in July has 91,200 views. And I do very much recommend you to watch this video before you watch the video you're actually watching. Why do I say this? Because the video we have been publishing March 7th, we taped it at the Omega headquarters together with Gregory Kissling, who at the time still was head of product management and meanwhile was announced to be vice president product. So congratulations, Greg Kissling. It is him personally in that video who will explain you all details, really all details, all technical innovations, etc., etc., etc. of this watch. Watch this video, it's worth doing it, and then come back, watch this video, because I now have time enough to really show you details, show you angles you have not seen before, show you the watches on my wrist, show them to you in my pool, in water, show them to you in the shadow, in the sun, with more, with less light, giving you an impression how the watches look like when they are worn and how they look like in daily use. And there's something else I also want to say. I have to apologize. I only got the free ones you see here on your screen. Unfortunately, the one with the orange bezel and the gray dial, I couldn't get it. These are watches that are actually touring here in Austria, being showing to the trade, being showing to VIPs, given to me to film them. So they are watches you will also see on the watches. It's marked not for sale. So they are watches that belong to a kind of a collection that is traveling around the world, being shown to ADs, authorized dealers, boutiques, etc., etc. So you might see some scratches. This is because the watches are not new and clearly marked not for sale. So these watches will go back to the Omega headquarters once they have finished their tour.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
The Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean Ultra Deep, I call it the art of diving time. There have been many comments posted in the video that we posted March 7th. Lots of comments, especially comments, of course, coming from the community of Rolex fanboys, claiming that this is a copy of an existing watch that Rolex did earlier. I seriously ask you, does the fact that one company presented a watch in its collection, is this a reason another company cannot do something similar or even be better? Is this really the fact? I don't think so. Life isn't that way, that you have a company doing something and all the others have no rights to do it? No, absolutely not. How many cars are manufactured? One has a better acceleration than the other one. The other one has a better way of handling curves, of consuming less fuel, etc., etc. There's always competition, and only competition makes us go forward. And yes, why can Omega not present the ultimate diver, the best diver on the market in the moment? There is no better one. You see a diver that is spectacular, incredible what Omega has done here. They have been really putting in all the technology available, and for the first time made a diver that is waterproof up to 6,000 meters. And since it is a master chronometer diver, and since it is also certified, ISO certified, it has to be tested even in 25% more. 25% more. So the case is not only waterproof 6,000 meters, but 7,500 meters. You cannot imagine how immense the pressure is that applies on that case, on the sapphire crystal, and every detail of the watch. That's, for me, the art of diving time. That's competition, that's looking forward, that's thinking out of the box. Yes, and that has nothing to do, in my humble opinion, that one company does something what another company did, and only because it is Rolex, the Holy Grail. Everything what Rolex does may not be touched, seen at, being copied. No, that's not the world. That's how maybe some of you Rolex fanboys think, but it is legitimate to do it, and if now Rolex will issue a new Deep Sea, maybe being waterproof 12,000 meters and being thinner, more elegant, etc., etc. That's just competition. And I hope very much that Rolex will come back with an answer to the Ultra Deep of Omega, and then later Omega will come back with an answer to the new Deep Sea, etc., etc. It's only by innovating, by looking forward, by really putting our brains, heads together that we get better products, that we get more reliable products, because every innovation that is in this Deep Sea also in a way is being used for other Omega divers. Just before I start to give you first details, and you're still maybe upset that I dared to say something about Rolex, I just want to add another little detail. Omega already in 1932 presented its first diver available to civilian divers. It was called the Omega Marine, and I think this might make you a little bit think out of the box. Okay, here is the titanium version. The case diameter is 45.5 millimeters. Yeah, huge! I hear you screaming out there. How can anyone wear such? Wait for the wrist shots. You will see the watch does look good on a tiny wrist like I have, because I simply don't care about sizes. I just want to wear such a watch. Yeah, then it's a big thing on my wrist, but I'm not doing any mathematical exercises to calculate if the watch may be on my wrist or not. I just do it. Okay, thickness also quite impressive. Please deduct the NATO that goes underneath. Just take the case. We have 18.12 millimeters, including a huge domed sapphire crystal that is as well quite thick. It is a little bit difficult with the watch that is worn on the NATO to define the so-called lug-to-lug distance, because there are no real lugs, but are these so-called manta lugs, as you see them, but the dimension from one end to the other end is 56 millimeter. This picture also answers a question you might have. Can I wear the titanium version with something else than the NATO? No, you can't, because as you clearly see, the watch is made for the NATO. There is no way of integrating any other strap or bracelet here, because the manta lugs are taken from the design of the Extreme watch that was used to dive down to the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean at 10,925 meters. It was later then updated to 10,935 meters. So the original watch, and coming back to the civilian or the version you may buy now, these lugs, yeah, they have been taken from that extreme piece of technology. What you see here on your screen is a titanium grade 5 case, including a titanium grade 5 case back and a titanium grade 5 dial. To be precise, the dial is black ceramized grade 5 titanium, and using titanium all over the place, including of course the bezel, gives that watch a very particular grayish technical look, a look that I really like. It's fantastic. This is really probably my favorite. But yeah, let me continue. I said it, we have a titanium grade 5 bezel, there is a ceramic inlay, and you have liquid metal injected to bring out the scale from 0 to 15, the 20 to 30, and all the other markings on the dial. So a liquid metal diving scale. Of course, we are talking about a counterclockwise unidirectional bezel. What else? It's a diver. 120 clicks. And yep, here you go, 120 clicks. You can perfectly also operate it with gloves, as you see. And yep, I'm coming back to 0. I have to be careful to really hit the 0, and there we are. The hour markers are brushed indexes filled with white, a super luminova with blue emissions, and brushed Arabic numerals varnished on top in cyan. So beautifully looking, distinguishing also color-wise from the gray. What else do you see on the dial? If you look closely, just underneath the center of the dial, there is stamped in TI for titanium. You have Omega logo, the Omega name. You have Seamaster Professional. You have Ultra Deep, 6,000 meters and 20,000 feet. There is no date, of course. Who needs a date on such a watch? That's completely useless. But what the watch offers, or to be precise, what the movement offers, is the possibility to set the hours in 1 hour steps. So when you are using the watch, traveling with it, and you arrive in your new destination, you don't need to stop the movement. You will not lose the exact ticking seconds on your dial. This watch, be sure to know, it's master chronometer certified. It is a very, very precisely regulated movement that you get. And why should you, when you are traveling, pull out the crown? And what would happen? I will show you this when we arrive at 12 o'clock. I need to talk until then. I will pulling out the crown. Here it is. And you see hacking seconds. So if you want to do some precise adjustments with a reference time signal, you can do. You stop, you set the watch, let's say 10 past 10, as I always show you these watches, precisely 10 past 10. And you just need to wait for the time signal. And then you press and yeah, it will tick. And when you travel, as I just said, and this applies to all the other watches, I will not show this again in this video, so watch closely. You go in the first position, this is the winding position, then you go in the first position after winding, or second position, and what happens? You can independently set the hours without that the movement stops. So what is ticking underneath the case back? Yeah, in theory, you could even put a see-through case back, but the thickness of the glass would dramatically increase the thickness of that watch. So it would make absolutely no sense. And I think this case back is beautiful as well. Let me just answer the question about who is ticking or what is ticking underneath here. It is the Omega Caliber 9812. It is a officially certified caliber by METAS, independent Swiss governmental testing authority, the Institute of Metrology, not meteorology, but metrology, and they are taking care that their watches are correctly tested by Omega. So it's a 3.5 Hertz movement, 25,200 semi-oscillations, and it features 60 hours of power reserve. It features a silicone hairspring, yeah, and the entire watch, as you see it here, or you see it when I take the stainless steel one with the blue-black gradient dial, same happens here. And you have the same case back. The entire watch is tested up to 15,000 Gauss, and yeah, only if the watches successfully pass these tests, they are certified as master chronometer, and they do now withstand everything, I would say, everything you want to make with the watch, especially when we are talking about this gigantic, huge watch, as you see it on screen. Yeah. One last word to the titanium version. It is also the lightest in terms of weight, 123 grams for the version in titanium. The stainless steel version on rubber strap, including a stainless steel pin buckle. The weight here is 171 grams. The white version, that's heavy duty, literally speaking, very heavy duty. We're talking about 245 grams on your picture. It's exercise-wise something you have to like. All the measurements are the same, 45.5 millimeters diameter. 18.12 millimeter is the thickness, but now comes a huge difference concerning to the version in titanium. The lug-to-lug distance is only 51.95 millimeters. So the distance from here to here is almost 51.95 millimeters. And yep, the titanium version, as you saw the Mantalox, we measured 56 millimeters. That's the main difference. We do have a stainless steel bezel with a black ceramic inlay featuring, as the other titanium version did, a liquid metal diving scale. There we go. But now come some really big differences. Everything you see on the dial is made out of 18 karat gold. So you see the hour markers in 18 karat white gold indexes filled with white superluminova, Arabic numerals being polished. So what you see here is 18 karat as well, polished, faceted 18 karat white gold hands, with blue emission comes from the hour and seconds hand in line with the indexes, and the green emission comes from the minute hand that is in line with the dot. And we do have, yes, not just some steel or any steel, it's Omega steel. It is a very special new steel alloy Omega is using. Omega steel. I have to pronounce it that way because they write it O-Mega steel is notable for its superior strength, whiter color, and incomparable shine. Yeah, it also offers exceptional resistance to corrosion for a longer lasting appearance. So of course, innovation has to continue, and also in steel you may innovate. If we look on the backside of the stainless steel Omega steel version, you clearly see that there is a difference in the construction. You have a classical spring bar. You see here's the spring bar holding the strap. The watch therefore can easily be worn either with the rubber strap that we see here, or if I take the white version, here also you have the spring bar, and so you press, you open, and then you can exchange. So the watch you see here comes in that way, or is being set with the Omega steel bracelet, or of course could be also worn with the rubber strap. Then would be much lighter, of course. That's something we clearly have to state at this point. This way to wear the watch with the rubber strap, in my humble opinion, is the best way. Why? Because we are talking about 170 grams, that's okay. The watch, once it is on your wrist, you will see that the watch, yeah, it's there, it's huge, it's thick, but it is a clear technical statement, waterproof up to 7,500 meters, I have to say. So why worry? Just wear it, enjoy it, have fun. There's no mathematical science to calculate the size of a watch that is supposed to go on a special wrist size. No. I have a 17 centimeter wrist, 6.7 inches, and I absolutely say that I would wear the watch. If we take the white version with the bracelet, really I have to say I've been wearing this white watch for some time now, and I have to say, that's quite something, not my cup of tea at all, too heavy, I would say, and I would really prefer more lightness, even though I very much like the white dial and this vibrant blue ceramic inlay here in the bezel. I very much like the color scheme of the watch. I would absolutely not wear it with the bracelet because it's simply too heavy. I would wear it this way, and what I would not do, me personally, I would not wear it with that blue-black gradient dial, not because I think that this might, as some Rolex fanboys now will think, be a copy of what Rolex did on the Deep Sea, just because I don't like this color scheme here, even though the glasses do have or feature an anti-reflective treatment on both sides. There are too many reflections coming here also from this particular watch. And yeah, it's too shiny, it's too black, it's, in my humble opinion, kind of a black monster, color-wise at least, on your wrist. Not too much a fan of it, but yeah, tastes are different, so please, let's discuss this in the comment section. Would I wear the orange version? Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe. It is a little bit too much show off, the orange version, even though I very much like the fact that it has a bezel that also has some luminescent material being injected. So it is the only of the three watches that has a bezel that is also visible in darkness. But would I wear the orange? I'm not sure. With that dial, I'm not sure. Here comes Mr. Super Cool, at least in my humble opinion. This is the way one could wear the Ultra Deep. And look at it when I'm turning it in the sun here. The reflections that come from this watch are much more sophisticated, since it is all matte. It is a completely matte finish. There are no polished surfaces. Even the ceramic inlay in the bezel is matte with its liquid metal diving scale. So it's just really technical watch. It's a technical watch. And yeah, I know I can hear you saying, is the guy crazy with his tiny wrist to wear it? Yeah, he is. It might be crazy, but you know what? I personally think this is so cool. I have been sporting this edition, or the titanium version, for the last days, showing it around a little bit with my friends, and I was out, and there was not a single person saying anything about the size on my wrist. They all just said, "Wow, what's this?" And I explained, that's the art of diving time in the moment. And it is probably, yeah, I would say it is the best diver, the most sophisticated, technically advanced diver that exists on the market in the moment. And everybody said, yeah, what, 6,000 meter waterproof? That's crazy. I said, yeah. Oh, this is why it's thick. Look. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, this is really the one. It's the one to go for. So does the version with the white dial with a transparent lacquer finish also feature gold hour markers and 18 karat white gold hands? Yes, of course. So the question is answered. Only the titanium version does not feature 18 karat gold indexes, hour markers and white gold hands. This is also a ceramic inlay, and it has a white enamel diving scale in contrast to liquid metal with the other two watches. The bracelet offers many different possibilities to extend the length. The first thing you do is, you see here, there is a push piece. So you do have 6 positions or 9.70 millimeters. When you push, you can expand in 6 positions, and the total length, as you just see here, the total length has been expanded is 9.70 millimeters. But that's not all. The watch also features a so-called extra diver extension. You're adding up 2 times 11.80 millimeters. And if you need more, you can slide out and you add another 9.7 millimeters, and that adds up to a total of 33.3 millimeter. So what else? Folding clasp, yes, double security. To open it up, you need to press on both of the little push pieces to open up and close. This is how the clasp is operated. And yeah, it seems to be a scratch magnet. Look, 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 look. I show you something. You see the scratches here? Yes. This is also a little bit of a scratch magnet. Here we can see some scratches just underneath the Omega logo. This comes from using a watch. It's not me, please. And it's not my pointer, it's plastic. This pointer is made out of plastic, so it's not the pointer, it's not me. As I said, these watches are part of an Omega collection and they have been used, tested, worn, and you see here, this might be a part of the watch you will have to polish from time to time. Are the bracelets, the strap tapering at all? Yes, they do. 22 to 18, 22 to 18, the same here, 22 to 18. And the NATO is not tapering. 22, 22, so same size, no tapering of the NATO strap would make any sense at all. Also good to know if you have been questioning yourself during the video, is there a way to wear the version with the white dial and the blue ceramic inlay with a rubber strap? Yes, it will not be this one, of course. This is cyan, and the cyan, of course, matches the cyan being applied on the dial. Here, the tip of the running second, the word Seamaster, the word Ultra Deep. So this is matching, and if you are choosing the rubber strap for this version, the blue will be a blue, of course, matching 100% the color of the bezel and the numbers, the Arabic numbers, numerals, of course. So it is not you have to wear. This combination would look a little bit weird and question the good taste of Omega, and I have to admit, they do have a good taste. Talking about the Ultra Deep, of course, it is talking about superlatives. I'm using a word that is also used on the dial of another brand. And no, but it is a superlative. It is the art of diving time. I want to repeat that. It's a creation, a word creation. I did the art of diving time. And if you're asking yourself, why so thick, why so massive, 6,000 meters, but certified at 7,500 meters, means 750 bars, and up to a conversion I found online. It is a pressure, now please sit down if you are not sitting already, 700 tons. 700 tons. Lying on that case. And this is why it is such a huge watch. You can't change. It is huge, but who cares? Either you like it or you don't, but don't discuss, please. Don't go into any discussions about, does it make sense? Is it useful? Can I use it? It is about showing technical excellence. It is about showing what is technically feasible. It is about, also maybe challenging the biggest competitor. And the biggest competitor in this case is Rolex. And now Rolex will have to give an answer. And then we'll see how Rolex gives the answer and how the watch will look like. And please don't tell me that the Deep Sea is a tiny little thin watch that you can easily wear and put under your sleeve. No, it is not. It is as well a big monster, if you want to put it that way, but it is as it is. You need that security to guarantee, in case you are using the watch in a professional use, that you guarantee that it works. And this watch will never ever stop working, I can tell you. It's the art of diving time. So if you are deciding or probably thinking about buying one of the Omega Ultra Deep watches, what will you have to pay? The titanium version with the NATO bracelet is sold for 12,900 euro, including 20% VAT. And the steel versions, I have to say the steel versions, distinguish themselves by either worn on rubber strap or with the bracelet, the Omega steel bracelet. With the rubber strap, 11,800 euro, including 20% VAT. And the price for the complete steel version is 12,100 euro, including always 20% VAT. Thanks for watching this video about the new Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean Ultra Deep. It was a big pleasure to have you guys. If you now ask myself which one, Alexander, is your favorite, I clearly pick the one in titanium. Why do I pick the one in titanium? Because I very much like these colors. I very much like its lightness. And yeah, I'm a big fan of NATO straps, you know that. And yeah, I think this is the appropriate way to wear the watch. It's still a big beast. It's not a slim watch that will go under your sleeves. It's big, it's a big watch, it's a huge watch, etc. But it's light. It's the lightest of them, 123 grams, as I mentioned before, and this will be my choice. So these two would be my choice, but worn with rubber. I put it this way. Now you can imagine. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Your comments are welcome. Please discuss with me with everything you want to say and note with us all your thoughts. Share them. Let's discuss also what I said about technical innovation. May someone copy, not copy, etc., etc. Isn't innovation always pushing everything forward? What do you think about all these things I said during the video? Is it a copy? Is it not? Is it innovation? What will be the answer of Rolex or another brand in the same league? But isn't there any other brand playing in the same league as Omega and Rolex do? No, there isn't. So there can only be an answer coming from Rolex to the Omega Ultra Deep. Let's see what will happen in the future. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here and watching us on YouTube. And be sure to come back very soon. Bye-bye.